Jason Duggar wedding reel gives intimate look at celebration. It's been nearly 2 months since Jason Duggar and Maddie Grace Jones tied the knot in Tennessee. The couple met online and entered a courtship, quickly becoming an engagement and a wedding 2 months later. Jason was on the fast track as he followed in big sister JANA Duggar's footsteps. Maddie and Jason are back from their honeymoon and settling into life in Arkansas as a married couple. While followers wait for the inevitable baby announcement, they were given a sneak peek of the couple's wedding video. Jason and Maddie were tagged when the videographer shared a tease from their big day. The sneak peek of Jason Duggar and Maddie Grace Jones' Tennessee wedding was shared earlier this week. They were seen posing together, and other sweet moments, including the bridesmaids with the bride and the groomsmen with the groom, were shared. Several Duggar siblings were part of the wedding party, including the younger Duggar sisters and Jedidiah, James, and Justin. This was one of the family's smaller weddings. Jill Duggar's wedding in 2014 had over 1,000 guests in attendance. However, JANA's wedding and this one had significantly fewer guests. Even though the Duggar family has grown by leaps and bounds, Jason Duggar hasn't been big on social media. He had a few posts from over the years, but mostly was seen on his siblings' pages. There wasn't much posted about his relationship with Maddie Grace Jones, and what he did share was mostly on his story rather than his page. Jason and Maddie haven't been overly active since the wedding either. They may move to live a more private life than some of his other siblings. We wouldn't be terribly surprised if he followed in Josiah Duggar and Lauren Swanson's footsteps. Jason wasn't featured too much on Counting On, and since it's been canceled, he has mostly been hanging out with his siblings and friends. There isn't a YouTube channel to document their journey, but we suspect that when it comes time to announce Maddie's pregnancy, the couple may have a little more social media presence. For now, though, the wait is on to see the entire wedding video, which will give us an inside look at what went down at the Tennessee wedding and allow us to catch a glimpse of some of the siblings who attended. As usual, Duggar news has taken a bizarre turn as the family is spilling some hot molten tea. Jill's husband, Dillard, recently reflected on how Jim Bob forced him to apologize to all of his exes. He explained how his father-in-law created issues in his relationship and forced him to do some bizarre things. But that's not all. Derek further explained the reason Jim behaved in a certain way and made some shocking revelations. What is this all about? What did he disclose? How did Jill react? Keep on reading to learn some exciting and bizarre facts about this controversy. Jill and Derek shared some shocking Duggar news and talked about Jim Bob's rules for them. Apparently, the former has already exposed her parents in her memoir. She explained how it was sinful for her to even stay in the presence of someone of the opposite gender. Hence, physical touch was something that was completely forbidden for them by default. Jill initially followed all the extreme beliefs Jim and Michelle taught them. She walked on the path that her parents showed her until she began questioning everything. Hence, the celeb soon decided to come out of her cocoon and called her entire belief system out in her book. That led to an estranged relationship with Jim and Michelle, who reportedly aren't even on talking terms. Duggar News followers are well aware of how Jill Duggar's husband, Dillard, was in disbelief when he learned about his beau's family and their strict rules. The latter appeared on Dr. Julie Hank's podcast a few months back and recalled how Jim Bob tried to exert some kind of unconventional power on him. Derek explained that when Jim learned about his past relationships, he made some weird demands. He recalled how the patriarch asked him to call all of his former girlfriends whom he kissed. Apparently, Jim forced Derek to apologize to all of the exes with whom he had any kind of physical intimacy. He admitted that it was extremely awkward for him to do so. Jill then revealed that Derek fulfilled her father's demand for her sake. She stated, "He did it. At the time, I was like, that's so great." Derek further recalled how he got some interesting responses when he did this task, but that's not all. He admitted that there were many more instances when he was taken back. Derek revealed that Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar used to claim that his mother was a godly woman, even after she wore pants. But when they heard that Jill had also started to dress against their rules, they had a different response. Derek claimed that Jim gave Jill a book on why it's not good to wear pants. Hence, he surely has his own reasons for not getting along with the Duggars now. The Duggar news mill is rolling again. This time, all eyes are on Jackson Duggar, as it appears that he is secretly courting someone. There is a fair chance that the youngest Duggar son is all set to announce a secret courtship and move forward in his life like the other kids did. Fans noticed some shocking clues and concluded that something is surely cooking behind their backs. But that's not all. There is much more to the story, as Jackson has been hinting at something big coming soon. What is this all about? What did he say? Is he really going to introduce his partner? Keep reading to learn some shocking yet exciting details about this controversy. Duggar News followers are well aware of the evolving dynamics of the Duggar family. The show started off with 18 kids who were raised by Jim and Michelle. However, things have completely changed now, and only 3 of the 18 are still single, while the others have found their way out of the family. Jason recently walked down the aisle with Maddie Grace, removing himself from the list. Hence, only JANA, James, and Jackson are still single. They live on the family property with their parents, so it seems that these star kids will continue following their parents' strict rules. It is possible they will have to adhere to the unconventional partner hunting methods that Jim and Michelle approve of. Duggar News viewers were in disbelief when they saw Jackson Duggar debut on Instagram. Yes, the star kid has grown up and is now following trends. He has finally created an account on social media and even posted a picture. In the post, Jackson posed wearing a cowboy hat and looked away from the camera. He appeared to be at a rodeo, and fans fell in love with his new post. However, viewers were quick to connect the dots. They are aware of the trend that Duggar kids only make a social media debut when they have found a partner. Moreover, Jason has admitted that he found Maddie Grace on social media. He even suggested that JANA follow the same path and find a man for herself before walking down the aisle in 2024. That is why viewers speculated that Jason might have suggested his brother Jackson join social media and find a partner for himself. Additionally, all of his other siblings are also on Instagram and have active accounts. Hence, there is a fair chance that Jackson was inspired by his siblings and decided to make his debut on Instagram. Whatever the reason, fans are happy to see Jackson on social media. This means they won't have to rely on updates about him through his other family members. Moreover, the star kid will be able to explore the world and learn more. When TLC began airing 19 Kids and Counting and depicting the journey of the Duggar family, no one had any idea of the dark side of their religious practices. They are devout followers of the IBLP lifestyle, and longtime Duggar News followers have seen them abide by many of their rules. But things changed since Josh Duggar's scandals came to the limelight. Since then, many Duggar family siblings like Jill, Jinger, and even Joy Anna have spoken out about toxic religious norms. They have also appeared in many interviews, saying they are reshaping their faith and religion and changing many rules as they navigate it. Well, Joy Anna Duggar is the newest one to have done it. What did she do exactly? Joy Anna has been quite a consistent social media star since her family stopped appearing on TLC. Just like her other siblings, she has spoken up about letting go of some of the religious practices her family made her follow. In an interview, the Duggar News star said that reading her sister Jinger's book rocked her world, as she didn't know what was real. She has made progress since then. It turns out Joy Anna and her husband, Austin Forsyth, are now navigating what they believe in as compared to what the Bible says. They are also glad to be doing so as their kids are young. In a new social media post, it's evident that the Duggar sibling has shunned some of the toxic norms and really trying to change her ways. How so? When 19 Kids and Counting aired on TV, lots of people were in shock after seeing heavily gendered norms from the family. One of them was how women should always be in skirts and dresses to appear modest. It also included not driving unnecessary attention to oneself. As per IBLP, personal grooming and appearance should reflect humility, modesty, and a focus on inner character rather than outward adornment. But Duggar News fans already know JANA broke the rule a few weeks ago. It happened when she decided to dye her hair at her home. It was her first time doing so, and she documented her entire experience. Fans saw another such thing in her Instagram reel of her everyday routine as a mom of 3. In the video, there was a clip of JANA working out boot camp style. That's when viewers realized that she was wearing shorts. As the above-mentioned rule said, it wasn't allowed in her family while growing up. But over the years, many Duggar siblings like Jinger, Jill, and JANA have also gone down this path. So, wearing not-so-modest clothing as per IBLP rules is not a major thing for them. What did you think of JANA's video? In the comments, tell us how you feel about her supposed rule break. When it comes to having babies, the Duggar family typically doesn't waste any time. Though it's happened before, it's rare for a Duggar couple to make it to their first wedding anniversary without making a pregnancy announcement. But it seems Jason Duggar and his new wife, Maddie Grace, aren't in any rush, at least not according to what she told a fan on social media this week. Alongside photos from their October wedding, Maddie called it the most memorable day of her life. "We were so privileged to be surrounded by our closest friends and family," she wrote in her post. Anyone who has been married knows the day goes by in the blink of an eye, and the pictures just don't do all the emotions justice. "We are so very happy and can't wait for what is to come in our future," as someone on a popular Duggar-related subreddit pointed out in a post this week. Maddie responded to one of the comments on the post. One of her followers wrote, "Pregnancy announcement December 2024, to which she replied, "Thankfully not," and added a laughing emoji. Jason answered a similar comment, writing, "Haha, rumors are wrong." After all, the Duggars have always been adamant that all babies are a blessing, regardless of the circumstances. That's part of the reason why Jason's parents, Michelle and Jim Bob, had 19 of their own. For Maddie to admit publicly that she's thankful not to be pregnant is a major deviation from the Duggars' norm. "Somewhere Michelle's head is exploding," one Reddit user wrote. In fact, one critic even shared the theory that Maddie and Jason are expecting and still hiding it. Or maybe they just don't want to announce during a major holiday, especially as so many of them are always pregnant and announcing. The commenter wrote, "Only Maddie and Jason know the truth for sure, but it does appear these two are doing things their own way." Not only was her wedding to Jason more like a modern wedding, with dancing the horror, than Duggar weddings have been in the past, but she also doesn't appear to be part of the Institute in basic life principles either. Then you add in being thankful not to be pregnant immediately after tying the knot. That's definitely different too.